welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys a few patterns that have caught my eye for spring and summer. If this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos, my name's Rachel. Thanks for stopping by. I like to make stuff here, and since I've primarily been sewing lately, you can expect to see a little bit of personal style chit chat here too. Okay, so last video I made a couple spring tops. This is one of them. So if you haven't watched that, I'll put it up here for you guys. But since I've started making some spring things, I just thought it'd be fun to make a video showing you guys some of the sewing patterns that I have saved and that I'm interested in making for the next couple seasons. Okay, so spring of 2022, I made a lot of dresses and fancier things, and then spring and summer of 2023 I made more like simple basics, like comfy basics. I'm talking like tank tops, sweatshirts, cozy shorts, and stuff like that. So this year I want to focus on things kind of right in the middle, things that make me feel kind of put together but also casual, things that I can dress up a little bit if I want to. I really want to make some pieces that I feel like I wear all the time. So that's something I really like about this top right here. It does feel a little bit fancier and just kind of like more thoughtful. Like I can put together a fun outfit that also feels really easy to wear and really casual. But I will say, I think that some of these can be made a little bit fancier depending on the fabric you use. I'm hoping to use a lot of cotton and linen for summertime, but you could definitely use fancier, flowier, shinier fabrics for some of these and make them a little bit dressy too. Okay, so let's jump into the patterns. Okay, so first I'm gonna start with bottoms. I've saved this pattern and I actually own this pattern already. These are just some wide leg trousers by Mickey Ears The Label. I have used a couple patterns for Mickey Ears The Label before and I really like them both. So I bought this pattern last spring and I started making them, and then I realized that I didn't have the skills or the patience at that point in my sewing journey. So I got the zipper partially installed and then I kind of gave up. So I do still have all of those pieces. I have the zipper partially installed and I'll probably end up picking it out and then just kind of starting over. But I am determined to make these pants this spring. So these are just the perfect pair of wide leg high-rise pants. They have a zip and then a button closure. The fabric that I'm using for this pattern right now is an old cotton duvet cover that I had thrifted. So I'd actually made a dress out of this last summer too, and I really love this fabric. It's nice and lightweight, but for some reason it's not see-through. It's just the perfect fabric. So I really want to finish making these pants. I also think it'd be really fun to make a pair of these pants with like a bright pattern, even a different pattern on the bottom than on the top. I feel like I really want to make a pair of really fun pants this summer that I can wear with all of my really basic stretchy tank tops. So I feel like wearing something really loud on the bottom and then something really simple on the top just makes for a really easy but still interesting outfit. Okay, and next is the Sunrise Skort by Jessie Lou's Patterns. I've never used a pattern from this shop before, but I've heard only good things. So I think that it'd be really fun to make this skort because as a mom to a 3-year-old, I can't really realistically wear like a short skirt on a normal day. I can wear a short skirt if I'm going somewhere without her, but if I'm going somewhere with my daughter, I feel like I need to be in things that I can move around in. But I do miss being able to wear like a shorter skirt. So I think that this would be perfect because you have the shorts that go under it. I also think there are a couple versions of this where you can have the skirt flap in the front and the back, so it can actually look like a skirt from all the way around. Or there's just the version where you can have the skirt flap in the front and then the back looks like shorts. So I am definitely planning on using this pattern, and I do think I want to make a set using this skort pattern, which brings us to tops. So here is the first top. This is also a pattern by Jessie Lou's Patterns, and this is called the Calvin Crop. I just thought this was a really cute and unique looking top. It has a little bit of gathering in the bust area, and then it has strings at the bottom that wrap around and tie. I also really love the high square neckline. That's just something that I really love to wear. And I don't know if that is necessarily due to my body type or something, but I've always just really loved a high square neckline. I just feel like there's something really simple and elegant about it, but I really love the combination of that with like the fun elements in this top too. And I think with like the ties and stuff, it would look really cute with the skort. And I feel like the two together I could wear just together on a really hot day, and then I could wear like an oversized jacket or a button up or something over it, and I think that would be really cute too. And then next, I really want to make a vest this summer. I know that vests are trending. I thought about making a denim one, which I still might, but a linen vest I feel like I would actually wear quite a bit. So this is the pattern that I think I'm going to use for the linen vest. I did find other vest patterns that looked good too. Some of them didn't have darts in the front, and I know that I wanted a pattern with darts just so that it doesn't gape in the armholes, and this one looks like it has darts on it, I also liked that this one wasn't fitted. I like how it's a little bit boxier and a little looser, but it still looks like it's going to like fit my body. I just feel like if I had a fitted vest, I don't know if I would wear it as much as something that's just more loose and casual looking. You can also buy this pattern as a bundle with linen shorts too. So I haven't quite decided if I'm gonna buy the bundle or not. I do have a couple pants patterns that I could turn into shorts, so I might try that first, and then if that doesn't work out, I might actually get the bundle with the shorts for this pattern. Okay, so the next top is really fun. So this is the Hanna shirt by Slow Morning Studio. It's just like a really flowy blouse that's actually connected at the armpit. So it looks kind of like a cape, but it looks like there is a seam between like the armpit and the end of the armhole. I really love voluminous sleeves. I really love bell sleeves too, and I don't have anything kind of like a cape, so I feel like this would be really fun to make out of a really lightweight and airy material for summer. And I don't have anything with, what is that called? Is that called a Peter Pan collar? The rounded collar. I just think that there's something really sweet about that kind of collar, and I don't have anything like that. So I feel like this would be a fun pattern to use to make something that's just really airy and unique for summertime. And then maybe if I liked it, I could even use a more luxurious, like heavier fabric for it in the fall and winter. In the photos on the listing, you can see it tied up in the front, and then you can also see it just untucked and straight out. And I really like it both ways. There is a curved hem along the whole bottom of it, which I feel like would be a real challenge for me. I think that's good for me. I have done curved hems a couple times before, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at them every time I do them. So I feel like I'm at the point where I can do a full curved hem if I really put my mind to it. Okay, and then the last top that I have is this tie front top. It's another one from Make It Yours the Label. I actually own this pattern too. I actually put all the pieces together, and then I got sidetracked and I ended up making something else. So I do really want to make this year. I really want to make it out of some off-white linen that I have. It's just a really lightweight, perfect linen. I feel like I would just end up putting it over everything. Here in San Francisco, I've heard that the weather is pretty mild all year long. So I know in the summer it's like the 70s, sometimes 80s. So I feel like something like this would really have a place in my wardrobe here. I feel like wearing this over some of the dresses that I have or the tank tops that I have would be really cute and a nice way to just add an extra piece to my outfit to make it feel complete. I feel like in the summer I struggle to feel put together just because I'm not layering a bunch of pieces, so I feel like this would be a nice light layer that would go with a lot of stuff that I already have. Okay, and moving on to dresses. Like I said before, I've made a few dresses already in the past couple years, so I feel like I'm pretty set in the dress department, but I feel like there's always room for a couple more dresses if I come across a sewing pattern that I really love. So I found this sewing pattern right here. Last summer I made a short version of the Hallon dress, and this is the Hallon dress pattern. I've made a few of these and I really love this pattern. I haven't tried the gathered version of this pattern yet, so I think I'm going to be doing that this summer. So I did make the long straight down version a few times, and then I also made a short version in a heavier weight white linen blend. I can show you guys what that looks like here, and I really love this style, so I figured I would make other short ones this summer. But then I saw this pattern right here, and since I've already done the Hallon dress a few times, I'm kind of curious to try this one too. This one is a little bit different. The neckline is a lot more straight at the top. The Hallon dress is a little bit more curved, so this one is just straight at the top, which, you know, I like. And then the straps go all the way in the back, and they're long straps that attach to the back part of the dress, which is much lower. So it's higher in the front and it's low in the back, but the lines are straighter on it. So I just feel like it'd be fun to try this pattern. It's $2.50 right now, so I feel like I should just give it a try. I'm trying to see, I don't know if it has darts on it. That is one thing. If it doesn't have darts, I'm gonna have to add darts to it. I know that some people don't mind not having darts. I don't have a large chest at all. My chest is pretty small, but I do still feel like darts help things fit me a little bit better so that there are no gaps like in the armpits. So I'm gonna have to see if this one has darts on it. I feel like it does. It should. Okay. Anyway, the next dress that I really want to make is this Milla dress by Slow Morning Studio. So when I saw this dress, it reminded me of the Daughters of India dress. This is the one that I'm talking about. I forget what it's called. But this dress has been advertised to me everywhere, and the models just look so effortlessly beautiful and comfortable, and that is what I want for myself. So I was looking all over for a pattern that kind of looked like the style of this dress. So when I saw the Milla dress by Slow Morning Studio, I realized it looks very similar. The top isn't as low cut as the Daughters of India dress, so I think that I would make that slit a little bit longer, kind of like how this one is right here, how you can tie it up a couple times, and then I might add a little bit more gathering to it depending on how much gathering it already has. It looks like it has quite a bit of gathering already. So I do have some block printed fabric from India that I could use on this, but it is slightly thicker than the Daughters of India dresses. I think I would want to order a block printed voile for this dress because I think that with all of the gathers, it is that really sheer thin fabric, and I do think I would make a video of that. So if you guys want to see that, that, let me know in the comments. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little break just so I can go get my daughter from school, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Also, I should have mentioned in the beginning of this video, I will be talking about a couple children's patterns here too. I have been doing a lot of sewing for my 3-year-old daughter, so just stick around and you'll see those. Okay, so next is this pattern here by Sewing with Solana. This looks like the perfect hot summer day, like vacation dress that you can just toss over a swimsuit or something. She does have a step-by-step video of this on her YouTube channel, so I'll make sure to link that below. I think that she uses a muslin in hers, and it turned out really, really cute. So I don't know what fabric I would use for this. I do have some linen. I would probably want to use something a little bit softer, like muslin though too, just with the way that I would want this dress to feel if I were to make it. Another fabric that I actually thought would be really cute for this dress would be a really lightweight chambray. So it wouldn't be quite as like floaty and sheer as this dress, but it would still be nice and lightweight, and it would hang a little bit more vertically, I guess, if it's a little bit heavier in the bottom. But I love how it looks really simple from the front, and then when you flip it around to the back, it has a really nice low back and it laces up. I think that's really cute. And if you know me, you know that I love a low back dress. So I feel like this would be the perfect dress to wear to the beach on a hot day in the summer. Okay, so next are a couple jackets. And I know for some of you, jacket isn't necessary in the spring or summer. Here in San Francisco, it will be. So I have a few different jackets that I'm considering making. I really want to make a blazer at some point, and not a structured blazer at all. I never really dress in like super structured clothing. An actual structured blazer wouldn't fit in my wardrobe at all, but I do want to make a casual blazer type of jacket that I can throw over a tank top and jeans or something and feel a little bit put together. So I have a couple of those patterns to show you guys. The first one is the Heather blazer by Friday Pattern Company. I actually thought about making this pattern last summer. It is more of a traditional blazer, but it's oversized, and it doesn't have a vent or anything in the back, I don't think. Let's see. I don't think this one has a vent in the back or slits up the side. So it's just straight on the bottom, straight on the cuffs. There are no buttons or anything around the cuffs, but it does have a little bit more structure in the collar, and it is more of like your typical blazer, just kind of oversized. I think that if I got this pattern, it'd be really versatile. As you can see in this picture, one of the models is wearing a linen one, and then the other one, it looks like tweed or like a plaid wool or something. So I do feel like this pattern would work really well for lightweight fabrics, but also heavier fabrics in the winter. And then there's this jacket right here, and this is also by Friday Pattern Company. This is called the Ilford jacket, and it is a lot more casual. There are a couple different versions of this pattern. I really like the one that she's wearing in this picture, where it's just a straight cuff at the bottom. I feel like this could even be cute in like a waffle knit or something if you wanted to just make a really cozy jacket. I like this more simple collar at the top. This is definitely not a blazer. This is more of like a chore coat or something like that. It looks like you can put big pockets in the front, and then there's a long version and a short version. I don't know if I would do the full length long version, so maybe somewhere right in between the short version and the long version. Although you know what, the long version would actually look really cute over one of those summer dresses, so maybe I do the full length version. We'll see. Okay, and then next is another pattern by Slow Morning Studio, and that's the Leah jacket. This is a really interesting pattern because it does look like a blazer in some of the photos, and then you can also wear it kind of like a trench. You can wrap it around in the front, so I think that this would be really fun to wear in the summer. Also could be kind of like a swim cover up too. I really love how unstructured this one is and how simple it is. It looks really comfy, but also has a few of those blazer elements with the collar and the pockets in the front. And I really love that it's kind of like a bat wing too. It's just a curved line from the elbow to the bottom of the jacket. So that kind of puts this on the more casual end, and then the Heather blazer on a little bit more of like the formal leaning end. I don't know, I guess it just kind of depends on what else I make this summer. I really want to make one of these soon though, so I'm gonna have to decide. Okay, so the last jacket that I have is this one right here. This is by the So and it's called Anorak. So this is a zero waist pattern. So I'm not really sure how this comes together. I think that you just do a bunch of measuring and you cut out a bunch of rectangles. So the idea is that you won't have any scraps of fabric in like odd shapes or anything. So it's just a bunch of rectangles to make this. So I actually found this pattern last spring and it was really interesting to me. So I actually own this pattern already because I do plan on making this, and I do plan on making a video of this. Let me know if that sounds fun. And I actually thought of making a denim version of this. So I know an anorak is supposed to be like waterproof and everything. I will at some point make a waterproof one once I figure out how to use waterproof materials. I don't really know how to sew without ironing, and I know a lot of waterproof materials can't tolerate heat. So I think the first version that I'll make is either going to be like a canvas or a denim or something. I feel like having a layer that is a little bit thicker than a sweatshirt but isn't quite a coat in the summer would be perfect. Okay, so now for some project projects that use knits. So I actually wanted to start with a pattern that I've used several times already and that I love, because I know that I'm going to be using this again. Even though this isn't a new pattern to me, I wanted to make sure that I recommend it to all of you guys because I love this pattern, and that is the Saga sweatshirt. This is another one by Slow Morning Studio. This is my favorite oversized sweatshirt pattern, especially for summer. I made 4 of these last summer. I actually made a TikTok of this. If you want to go see all the sweatshirts that I made using this pattern, you can go to my TikTok. It's the same handle as my YouTube channel. It's just Made with Rach. But I've made this 4 times and I wear it all the time. Even in the winter, sometimes I'll wear like a turtleneck under it. I haven't made it in any really cozy fabrics, but adding a turtleneck under it looks really cute. There's no ribbing or anything at the bottom or around the cuffs. It's just straight at the bottom and straight around the sleeves. So this comes together really, really quickly. I think mine took me like not even 2 hours to make, so that's how I managed to make 4 of them last summer. But this style is drop shoulder. It's really wide on the bottom. It just looks like a rectangle if you stick your arms out like this, which I know isn't the most flattering style ever, but it is really cute on. I also think part of the reason this works on me is because my shoulders are pretty prominent, so even though the silhouette is just really drapey and oversized, I feel like I don't really get lost in it, if that makes sense. By the way, if you guys have never met my cat, this is Skort. She's very sweet. We love her. Okay, you can go. Okay, so for my next one, I have the Nadia top right here. So I actually bought this pattern 2 years ago. And when I first bought this, I looked at the pictures and I thought, oh, this looks easy, I can do this. And then I realized that I need to practice using knits before I tried this pattern. So if you guys didn't know, I did just kind of start making clothes 2 years ago. So this was at the very beginning of learning how to sew. So now that I've had a couple years of experience, I definitely plan on using this pattern this year. So in the pictures, it does look pretty cropped, and I do have a pretty short waist. So sometimes I can wear pretty cropped things without it looking super cropped, but I do have a feeling I'll make this a little bit longer just to cover up a little bit more of my stomach. But yeah, this is just a stretchy tank top, but it has some corset elements. It has some seams that go straight down the front and then also a little bit under the bust. Yeah, I really love the silhouette of this tank top, and I do feel like it's a stretchy tank top that feels a little bit special. So I'm excited to try it. Okay, so next we have the Lola tank top by Stay Stitch Pattern Co. And it does look like you can make this into a dress. Last summer I made a couple of the Kate tank top by Ines Stitches, and I really love the high neck, but I did want to find a pattern that has a little bit thicker straps, and I love how this style has a little bit more like curve in the front, so it does come in really far, which I feel like sets it apart from a lot of other tank top patterns that I've seen. I feel like this one is just different enough than the Kate tank top to have both in my wardrobe. I just really love the shape of the top of this pattern, so I'm excited to try it. And next is the Cleo swimsuit. So I know I could use this as a swimsuit or a bodysuit. I have never made a swimsuit before, so this summer I really want to make one, and I just thought this swimsuit was so cute. I love the low back with just the straps all the way up your back, and then the front is just a simple deep V-neck, which I always love. So I do feel like this would be a fun and simple swimsuit to start with. Okay, so moving on to kids patterns. Okay, so the next one is the Iris dress by Flora Child Co, and I'm so excited to make this. It's just a really simple angular swingy dress, and it has a couple little pleats in the front. After I made this top in this yellow floral block printed fabric, my daughter told me that she really wanted a dress made in the same fabric, so I think that this is the pattern that I would use for that. But the boxy shape of this style, I feel like my daughter could wear it as a dress right now, but as my daughter grows, she could eventually wear it as a shirt with like leggings or pants or something. So that is one of 2 dresses. Okay, so this is the other dress I have by Tiny Sewing Company, and this just looks so cute. I love the ruffles all the way around the top and the sleeves. I showed this pattern to my daughter and she was really excited when she saw it. I think she thought that this was actually her dress. So now I have to make it for her. I just feel like this is a perfect dress to throw on a hot day. And then in the fall, she could even wear a cute little turtleneck under it with some tights. So yeah, I haven't made a ton of dresses for her this past year. I made some dresses for her the year before and she was able to wear them for the 2 years. So this summer, I do feel like I need to make a few dresses for her just to kind of beef up her dress collection again. And the next is this jumpsuit right here. This pattern is by Common Stitch Studio. I've never used a pattern by them, but I have heard good things. So I'm excited to use this pattern. It's just a really simple jumpsuit. It has 2 little ties in the back and then it's just really simple in the front. So I feel like this would be the perfect little outfit to put my daughter in for the playground where she can climb around in it, and I could make it in a really cute and breathable fabric. Okay, and then next is this little sweatpants pattern by Wardrobe by Me. I have used a few of their patterns before and I love them. I've never used one of their kids patterns before, so this would be the first one. I have a pair of joggers that I don't wear anymore, so I think I would use those to make these, and I even could use some of the ribbing and stuff from them. Keep your eyes peeled for a video where I show a few upcycling projects. Let me know if you'd like to see more of those types of projects, because those are really fun for me. Sometimes I don't have the confidence to upcycle things. Sometimes it's a little bit intimidating for me, so I would like to get over that and do more upcycling. Okay, and then next is the Leilani pants from Flora Child Co. I have used this pattern before, twice for my daughter, and they turned out so cute. I made her a little pair of linen pants from our old duvet cover, and then I also made her a pair of denim pants out of this pattern. The denim ones, I actually added a couple extra inches to the bottom and put patch pockets on the side. So I'll show you the linen ones here, and then these are the denim ones. And I do plan on making my daughter a few more pairs of these this summer. It's just the perfect, comfy, wide leg pants pattern for kids. And they come together super, super quickly too. Okay, and for the last kids pattern, I've got this t-shirt pattern. And what is special about this pattern is that it comes with special instructions on how to upcycle an old t-shirt and make it into a kid's t-shirt. So I know there are so many kids t-shirt patterns out there, but I really wanted to try this one just to see if it helps to have those instructions. And I should also add that there are instructions on this pattern to use new fabric too. So if you don't have any old t-shirts that you want to turn into a kid's t-shirt, you can use new fabric, and all the instructions are there for that too. Okay, and then lastly, I wanted to show you guys a few patterns that I want to use for things that aren't clothing, kind of. So the first one is this duffel bag by Taika Studios. I have used Taika Studios for a few different bags that I've made, and I love their instructions. Their bags are so cool, and they have patterns for so many different types. So I have made this duffel bag before. This pattern comes in 3 different sizes. It comes in a large, medium, and small, and I have the pattern for the large one. Since I've been using this bag for the beach and stuff, I think that the large would be perfect. I just want to be able to shove a couple towels in there, some snacks, maybe like a change of clothes or something. And I do love that it has a zipper along the top. None of my other beach totes have a zipper, and I feel like sand always gets inside. So I think that having a zipper would be really useful. But like I said, I have used this pattern before and I really liked it, so I'm excited to try it again. Okay, and the last pattern that I want to show you guys is this hat by SlowMorningStudio. I do have a bucket hat already, but I really love that this one has a little bit wider brim, and it also has a tie along the bottom, because I really want to wear this hat to the beach, and if it doesn't have a tie, it's gonna fly off. I'd love to make a matching one for my daughter too, so if you have a bucket hat pattern for kids that you recommend, let me know. Okay, so that is all the patterns I wanted to show you guys today. I'm really excited to get started with spring and summer sewing patterns. I feel like they're just my favorite. I love spring and summer fabrics, so I'm really excited to finally use some of the fabrics that I have in my stash that I didn't have time to use last summer when we were packing up to move. If there are any patterns that I mentioned in this video that you would really like to see me use, let me know in the comments. Also, if there's a pattern shop that you really love and you didn't see me mention in this video, please let me know. I'm always looking for new pattern shops, and I know there are so many more out there that I just don't know about. All right, well, that's everything I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing that. And if you like this video, like this video. If you didn't like this video, then I hope you like the next one. All right, I hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you later. Bye.